Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, psych defender of the fatherland, off here to 2v2 on rails and metals in the north of this Arkroyal and Sweetchino, fighting here for the British Army, the Commonwealth, the 11th Armoured Division, tasked with pushing the way towards Caen here, finding a potential gap in the German lines. Tomcat, though, and I'm translating this as Teahouse roughly, because they don't make these names easy to translate, and so we like anything easy out there. So it's Teahouse, fighting over the German army, the 12th SS Panzer Division Hitlerjugend with Grand Offensive. We got Mobile Assault here as well for the British. There's then Mobile Assault, Tactical Support, and Vanguard. And for Tomcat, we got Strategic Reserves, Ostturban, and Jaeger Armour. So off to the races we are here, and as always, a big hearty thanks to my page reporters, one for people, one and all. Without them and their support, the Propagandacast would not be possible. So thanks to all those. Other people can join their rogue ranks and join the Propaganda Legion. Support the effort by pledging on Patreon or donate by PayPal. Links are in the video description. And if you're considering pre-ordering Companies 3, consider doing so by the link in the comments, in which case you can also support me as I get a cut of the sale, as long as you use the code Coh2 alongside that link. So, and I'll let you know, comment, like, share, subscribe. So, double pencils here for Teahouse, double grenadiers here for Tomcat, double section Universal Carrier for Arkroyal, and Sweetchino with double sections Universal Carrier. Oh my. Going. So, marching early mortar here for Arkroyal. Perhaps he's definitely one of those players who would like to make use of mortars. Perhaps, yeah, there we go. Oh, actually, the recovery sappers out there. And even got the Universal Carrier waiting for them there. Oh, look, lovely. The taxis here. Oh, shut up. Just get in. We got Germans to kill. Sniper for Tomcat to bleed out the Inslaven. Pretty fast truck there for Teahouse. Interesting choice there. Interesting choice. Pioneering about there. Going into the section here. Sniper halfway done there for Tomcat. Third section for Sweetchino. No units running in his Universal Carrier. Thank you very much. Punch they're flanking about there, threatening with their anti-tank or rifle grenade. Section up, stopping the punch they're advancing. So far, the Germans are focusing mostly around the center east, it would appear here, versus the Allies. Second Universal Carrier around here, punching moving to support here. The first one, sappers popping out, the other unit moving to flank here. We can see here, Teahouse finding his men slowly surrounding the center here. And Tomcat will need to provide, I think, swift assistance. Track rushing forwards there for Teahouse. Punch for the Storm Pioneer, ripping through the recovery sappers under Arkroyal's command here. Units being pushed back here as the crossfire is just too intense. And we got here Tomcat slowly moving up, but he's happening at a very slow pace. Third grenadiers going the way here, two sections holding up here on the flank. Thankfully for Teahouse, they're not moving into flank around. In fact, now Teahouse looks to outmaneuver them. And a very aggressive battle of headquarters up here for Teahouse, knowing there's British troops right on the other side. Teahouse does not give a flying toss about that, though. He is fearless. Oh. Not that fearless after all. Just cancels it just in time. And loses the Sturm Pioneer. That is an absolute sucker punch there to Teahouse. So a lot going on here. Germans have managed to push the English off the east side here, but the rest of the map could very well fall into the hands of the 11th Armoured Division. Grenadiers pushing forward here, sniper backing up here. One kill so far are the Universal Carrier being gripped with the Vickers K. And the first one here for Sweetchino is there. And we got a counter sniper as well for Sweetchino. So much going on here. Certainly not a dull moment here. Grenadiers pushing forward now. It's Tomcat's time to advance. He's gone for Jaeger Armour here with breakthrough packages. Reconnaissance overflight. Mobile observation posts, spotting scopes, and the elephant. That just leaves Sweetchino without a commander here. There's opponent. Pantherfast Universal Carrier almost leaving the burning Hulk there, and there goes sections flanking up here, threatening Tomcat's positions as well here. Teahouse is ready to counteract here with that. Grenadiers being pushed back, close being wiped out here. Good lord, another wipe here from the British Army upon the Germans. Second truck being rushed forwards here, but I think he's going to get a bit more careful with that one. Back at base here, bunker upgraded, tech down there for Tomcat. We'll have to see what happens next here, though. Some more infantry would be a very good idea, and some Panzer grenadiers in particular, I think, would be very handy here. Truckling about there. And we got a lone section trekking across the hill there towards the eastern victory point and field point. Truck there being used, I think, to try and mess with the British troops, giving the Panzershrecks a bit more time to land some free shots. Fresh Sturm Pioneer out here. Universal Carrier found the Schwer how much level. We could see another truck basically blowing up here for Teahouse. Yep, I think there's a good chance that's going to be the second truck going combusto here. Man, that is some heavy truck losses there. East side there, sandbags being dug in, sniper running about here, obviously waiting for the German sniper to poke his nose out. And there you go, Universal coming forward again. Double Vickers Cade, Universal carry here. Gonna be tough for that, some heavy firepower to knock these out unless either Arkroyal and Sweetchino mess up. And they got Sturmpinier with a Panzershrecks there, adding some anti-tank weapons. There you go, popped a bit too close, and Tomcat was ready with a Panzerfaust. Looking forward to see it with the Panzershrecks, and pop goes the Weasel, finally scores a kill on one of the English Universal carriers. Back here, like to make a nice copy. You got a 2-2 here for Tomcat. Third truck out for Teahouse. Maybe that one will actually result in something. Definitely starting to look a bit bad when he keeps tossing away his logistics like that. Section moving straight for the point there. Grenadier sniper moving in here. British counter sniper, of course, hiding there in the shrubberies. Sturmpin moving in there, but can't quite decide if he wants to support his teammate or wants to make sure he can push up towards the western field point here. Hard decisions there being made. Sniper lands a kill there on the Tommies in the trench by the field point. And we got Tomcat here with his 2-2. His Leichter Panzerspielwagen. Almost got a section wipe there. And there you go. Sniper kills one of the Grenadiers, revealing a sniper, clearly indicating he's not going to wait around trying for judo counter-snap the German sniper. He's just going to keep murdering away himself and perhaps hope that way to keep the German sniper a bit more cautious. We got the 2-2 out here though, so that could backfire here on Sweetchino. But there you go. Sappers on the anti-tank grenade. Clearly doesn't care about that. He wants that 2-2 kaput. And so it's all in knife he wants. Another attempt this time. Looks like he will finish the Belgium headquarters. And the sappers get wiped out. That's the double blow there to Sweetchino. Not just the Universal carry with an upgrade, but also the sappers. But now, things are about to turn against Tomcat. He's got a hard flank here from Arkroyal. Teahouse will need to rush in to assist his teammate here. Sniper there with 2 kills so far. German situation remaining quite hazardous. And we even got a sniper out from Arkroyal. Engaging the armored copper. There you go, copper. Good German gun using the retreat path here. Could they get a wipe here? Snipers have incredible received accuracy bonuses on retreat, so probably not. Unless they had some more firepower. And then straight into mine. Oh, Tomcat is about to have his claws removed, isn't he? West side here. Teahouse could advance a bit further. Another truck out already. And what will Tomcat do next? He really should go for in from there. Go. Commanders called up. Arkroyal wiping another Grenadier escort. Tomcat is on the ropes. Sturmpini almost got the sappers here. What will happen next? Sandbags being destroyed there. Grenadiers sniper on the move here. Another Grenadier squad here for Tomcat. No Panzer Grenadier. And we got a 251 half-track now. That's interesting. Possibly a flamethrower half-track. Possibly something else being schemed out here by Mr. Tomcat. Looking to find those commandos. Commanders, of course, doing their best not to get spotted. So they can probably catch the sniper and murder him. Air reconnaissance here. Brits digging in there. West points being seized here by Teahouse. Despite a lot of setbacks, the German commanders here are clearly no quitters. Sappers for Sweetchino. Got the commander spotted, got the sniper kill there. Oh, commando kill with a sniper. Second truck moving forwards here. Where will he be setting it up? And will he actually be able to set it up in time? I'm guessing a Schwerpanzer quarters though. Light infantry gun here for Teahouse. 250 after supporting a German advance here for Tomcat. And the German army up north here. Sturmpini routed by the section there. Almost got the northern fuel point there out of British hands. And we got gliders landing in here. We got Vanguard for Sweetchino with raid operations, Fort Logistics gliders, vehicle crew repairs, crocodiles, and the strafing support. 251 to rushing in here. Flanking in here, making use of the path here, made easily by the half-track. Occupying the building and turn the Sweetchino against the section, then trenches here. Don't think he maintained much longer their position there. Going, got a sniper kill here. There's a sniper. Forcing out of the trench here, allowing to regain the eastern field point as well in the northwest, though, finding his intent here. British forces there overwhelming Teahouse, and I think that Panzer squad is not going to make it back home for Bradford. Yup, full wipe there on the Panzer. They should have treated them sooner. Flooding quite a bit of manpower. I'm guessing he's going to focus on the Oberstaden, considering he's got like 2 bulletins for them. Need to treat these gentlemen before they get hosed out as well. Definitely, I think, cannot afford those kind of losses long term. Hell, even short term, those are pretty difficult to deal with as the Wehrmacht. Half track there being fixed up. third grenadier squad right here for Tomcat. They want to go for a fourth one here. Also, Panzer Grenadiers, a mortar, machine gun team, ample options to pick from. Meanwhile, we got tech there for Sweetchino, whereas Arkroyal is a bit more hesitant there. It's now being healed up with the section on the front line. Eleven kills on the German sniper. No tech yet there. Schwer punted quarters pumping out those Obsladen here for Teahouse. 250.5 rushing force here for the German army. And a mortar on the way for Tomcat. Nope, cancels it. Cancels it. For what purpose? Who knows? Sappers creeping ahead here. Half truck remaining reserve position. Perhaps planning to upgrade it. Perhaps not. We got Panzershrecks with Panzershrecks forming up a 5-man Panzershreck team. Doing pinning about their sections, snipers, commanders, all there's a massive threat here. And use the massive Bren push up here on the right flank here as Sweetchino goes forwards. And we got a munitions cache for Tomcat. That's an interesting one. You'd think he'd go for fuel cache here considering the resource situation. But no, Tomcat is building a munitions cache. Ah, can't say there's that one coming. Meanwhile, in the center here, Orbison pushing forwards, backed up by Panzershrecks and the Sturmpioniere. More Orbison on the way there. Unsurprisingly, really. He's going to have, like, a lot of Panzershrecks just for these. That's, like, 3 Panzershrecks. Center on the way for Sweetchino. The Panzershrecks will definitely be helpful there. Meanwhile, Tomcat has no anti-tank weapons. No packs. No Stugs. No Panzershrecks himself. Definitely a bit dangerous here for Tomcat versus the British. Grenadiers there getting some good hits in the sections. Bren guns dropping. Meanwhile, up here, Arkroyal is holding up the line here against the Germans of the 5th SS Panzer Grenadier Company. Got the center rushing forward to the Sweetchino and the British Empire. Tally-ho, lads. And as they managed to secure Bren gun, pack 4 with the Tomcat. A bit late to the party, but thanks to that bulletin here that gives him 50% build speed, he can get out fairly fast, though it will take some time to get to the front line since he can't tow the guns to the front line. That company is 3. 6-pounder gun there for Sweetchino. As for Arkroyal, he's also going for a centaur. Crikey. Double centaurs. That's pretty rare, surprisingly, considering how good the centaurs are versus infantry. We'll have to see how that works out, though. As for Teahouse, second Orbison squad ready there, can be equipped with either infantry assault rifles or the light machine gun. That said, he is some time away from armor himself. Center moving in. It's Panzershrecks, they're going straight for it, but like Kitten Panzerbuchse, taking a lot of damage, of course, the negative cover, but there you go. Double hits there, and I think Sweetchino just lost a sniper here or something else to the Germans. Either way, it's dead. Centaur, meanwhile, still fair amount of live. For now, at least. Pack 40 is right to the front line, half doing about here. Do we see any mines here, though, from Tomcat? I mean, he can lay down Regal mines here, which could be a pretty good way of stopping up, say, you know, some tanks pretty permanently. Another pair of Panzershrecks hits there, almost taking out the center. Do not underestimate the Panzershrecks. Do not. Center there, also busy with more light machines away from them. Sturmpioniere creeping up. We've got a significant British force under Arkroyal there, spotting them and seeing them packing pretty rapidly. The 12th SS Hitlerjugend was named so because it recruited from amongst the Hitlerjugend. That was basically sort of it. So, little fun fact there. The Hitlerjugend, for those not aware, was a youth organization within Germany. It was basically sort of paramilitary and sort of prepared them for warfare and all that. And indoctrinated them, obviously. 6 moving forwards here. 6-pounder gun for Arkroyal as well. More sniper kills here from Tomcat Sniper. The Germans definitely managed to stabilize a bit here by now, pushing back against the English, but they're definitely behind in terms of the armor race here. And Tomcat there is taking up, could build the Supremo Corps, push for some medium armor. I think that'd be very sensible. Pushing up the eastern side there with the Bren section. Got Bren Grenadiers here, and of course they can be upgraded with a machine gun as well, so you can have 2 machine guns, which is quite powerful. In the center, the British forces advancing here. But there you go, Orbison down there, ripping loose on the British forces. Landwehr joining as well here. That said, he may want to flank around. He's also lost another Panzer squad here. against the Tommies. Half-tech here holding about there, closing in on Veterans 1 as it gets experience from units fighting around it, by the way, so it doesn't need to fight itself. Obviously, it gains more experience from joining in the fighting. And there you go, Veterans 1 achieved here for the half-tech. Centaur rushing forwards. Commanders of Sweetchino here. As for Tomcat, no Sons of Paul McCall, no Stoogs, nothing. And on the west side here, another hit push forwards by the British, but this time being deflected, this time a bit more efficiently by Teahouse, who's going for another Panzer escort here. Wonder why. He would just go for more Obersoldaten, but maybe he's planning something else here. Maybe more Panzershrecks. That'd definitely be a bit rare to see, like, you know, that many Panzershrecks. Certainly also be a nightmare for British armour. Saps are close to that. Nice smoke grenade here, though. Saves him from a full wipe there. Close call, though. Sniper keeps moving away there for the British Empire. On the east side here, Tomcat slanging towards the centre. No grenades or mines, I think, for the half-tech still. Bit of a shame there. As for the British, we got hammer taxis up there for Arkroyal. Could be a comet here from him. In fact, it looks like he counted this Centaur. There goes Sturmpionier. Almost got Arkroyal sniper. Closing in on the kill, but not quite. Commander's screaming about there. Back for moving forwards. But yeah, when it came to the SS, like, a lot of them divisions had some sort of specific recruiting origin. For example, the 4th SS Polizei recruited, in fact, from initially at least amongst the German police. Well, was created because they had an awful lot of policemen and they needed more men for the army. So they kind of made a deal there. And part of that deal was basically the Waffen-SS, you know, was able to create an entire division from the police. Oh, hell of a gammon bomb there. Completely blindsiding Teahouse here. Wiping one Oberson squad, dropping light machine as well. That is a hell of a blow there to Teahouse. Really good uses of the commanders there by Sweetchino and Arkroyal. Huge blow there to the Reich. Still not much armor there. Could go for a Panther 4 soon here. And of course after the Oberson, in fact, he would cancel the Oberson and go for a Panther 4. I think that could work out honestly for now. Unless he's planning a Tiger tank, I guess. As for Tomcat, we're still not seeing anything armor-wise there from him. I mean, the heaviest army scout so far, the armor, this, is the half-track. That's like literally it. And he's being engaged with the two sections. West side here, command screaming about there. Panzershrecks are just wrecking walls here. And we got smoke called in here, I think, to allow a push for the center victory point. Heavy panzer cover Tomcat. Oh my. So he's definitely aiming for something big, and it starting to look like so is Teahouse, who's by the way just wrecking walls, I think, with his Panzershrecks. I suspect it's related to the commandos. I guess he's trying to in part remove any sort of ability for the commanders to creep up on him, maybe? Hard to say there, but wouldn't be surprised considering the commanders can make a hell of an impression. Comet almost done there for Arkroyal. Tomcat will have to see what it goes for from there. And again, what is Teahouse's plan? Is it the Tiger tank? It looks very likely. Could be a Panther as well, I guess. Commanders have been caught with the Panzer Fusiliers and the Obersoldaten there. Definitely a chance of wipe here with two Obersoldat squads. They have light machine guns. Center moving up here. Sturmpionier catching the sabs. There you go. Commander squad wipe. Better blow the target rail on the British Empire. But the Comet has arrived to support the 11th Armoured. Almost got the sniper. Also as a fun side note, but the 11th Armoured Division was the only British unit to receive the Comet by the end of the war. Medic bunker. Ha! Part of me suspects there might have been a misclick. They actually intended a machine gun bunker there. And the medics are just like, what are we doing here? After rushing east was there, close to Veteran 2, still not great, which is quite impressive. Just wish he'd lay down some Regal mines, unless we missed him laying them down. I mean, it could explain why he went for the munitions carriage. It's just, so far he hasn't laid down a single mine, I think. Got an assault officer up for Sweetchino. Medic bunker there getting hammered by British artillery up north here. We got Arkroyal and Rampage with this Comet. And more Obersoldaten here for Teahouse. Up to 3. That is a significant portion of Obersoldaten there. And then backed up by a lot of Panzershrecks. That's an interesting, well, force composition there. If you can manage it well, I can imagine it being quite powerful. But if you blob it and just handle it incautiously, it could also end up being quite expensive in terms of manpower. But it certainly also means you have a lot of foot presence. That shouldn't be taken lightly. Pack the court here with the Obersoldat commanders there with their MG-34 there. Panzershrecks in there flanking the Comet rockets, screaming ahead. There's some bouncing, some missing, but still some are getting through. Still too many British forces around there. Forces away the Panzershrecks and the Obersoldat were not there. In other words, the Sturmpioniere. Pack cleared out here, sent among forwards. Still no armor here from Tomcat. Is really proving to be devastating. And there go Grenadiers caught, wiped. The Bren gun dropped. Pack about to get hosed again. I do believe we are seeing some armor. There is the Panther here for Tomcat. Grenadiers they're being absolutely shredded here by the center. And again, I'm guessing here that the Teahouse is planning for the Tiger tank. It definitely has the fuel now. Just needs the manpower. Pack crew there absolutely just ripped asunder here by the center. Virtually 13 kills. North here, Panzershreck teams keep firing with the rockets, but they're just not hitting anything significant with them. Need those orbs on do the heavy lifting. We've also got a fort retreat point here for Teahouse. Land matches up for Arkroyal after they're looking to desperately escape the center here as Sweetchino goes bananas. With a kid unsupervised in a candy store. Firefly there on the way for Sweetchino and the British Empire. Panther is right around the corner for Tomcat and the German Reich. There we go. Panzerkampfwagen 5. North mass infantry assault here. Right at the corner of the Panzershrecks here. And we're talking 5 Panzershrecks. It can like deal a fair amount of damage. And the common is almost knocked out. We also got the Obersoldat backing up here. Again, tactically, certainly some things to be solved for that attack, but even then, it clearly does some damage. But as you also might notice, tactically, again, due to its mishaps, also ends up suffering some pretty intense casualties. It does remove, shall I say, a lot of momentum. Panther going in for the center. Section retreating, 6-pounder gun there. Not in time to stop the Panther here. Panther keeps at it here for Deutschland. The Panzerkampfwagen 5 strikes almost got the center here. No supporting infantry though, definitely I think makes it much more risky after a certain point here for Tomcat. And there goes Sniper, jams the turret ring here on Tomcat's Panther. Nice save there. 6-pounder gun crew almost wiped out here. Smoke being deployed here. Aggressively by the British. And another wave assault here from Teahouse being planned, but they're not fully reinforced though, particularly not the Obersoldaten. I think that is a bit too eager in some ways, a bit too reckless. Sniper there with 34 kills. There you go. Instant explosive rounds here, and the commandos allowing the Panther to crush one even as he's stunned there. Artillery firing down there. Comet move again, not through pit. The Panzershrecks just flying off here. Comet's flying directly into the massy of German elite infantry here as he goes bananas with the rockets. Most are either failing to hit or penetrate. Actual Panzershrecks, though, would not have any issues penetrating the Comet's armor, obviously. Still ends up doing a lot of damage there. Almost took it out. Grenades being launched here for the Comet. Assault, they're broken off again. Panther arriving. Certainly the way he's engaging so far, it's going to make it difficult to go for the Tiger tank, though we really need some armor. And there you go, land matches right into the fort retreat point here. Need to get the troops moving away. They're also getting away from it as well there. Heavy losses potentially inbound here for Teahouse. East side there. Tomcat readily advances here. Land matches there with 3 kills. Comet being fixed up again and ends up getting kind of away with it, but still no sign of armor. I really feel like the lack of armor here from Teahouse has proved to be a rather big Achilles heel. And he's going to go for the King Tiger, it appears, for the 3rd truck on the way there. Not a humongous fan of that one. Again, I think the Tiger tank would be more immediate pressing, or Jagdpanzer, honestly, just Panther Force, just anything but the King Tiger. I think it's just more about having some tanks to help draw away fire from the infantry, honestly. Because right now the way he's attacking, which is also increased to just blobbed up, makes the infantry very easily targeted. But also, in this case, just very easily damaged and murdered. Like, he's just, I feel like, going at this way too inefficiently. I don't entirely sure what's going on. He's just tired, exhausted. But I'd definitely say he is somewhat mishandling his infantry, to put it gently. Again, he's doing a lot of damage, no mistake, but I feel like the way he's approaching it also means he's taking a lot more damage than necessary. Because, again, I feel like this could be a force that could be doing, you know, this much damage, but without taking that many casualties. Like, he's spreading up or bunching up too much with the gimmicks. He's just fire a single white phosphorus shell into it all and just running. But even then you can see he's really doing some heavy damage though to Arkroyal nonetheless. For example, clearing out, you know, land mattresses, murdering infantry and all that. So it's clearly not entirely inefficient. It's just the damage he's taking is way over the top. Like, if he just spread out his men, and these white phosphorus shell wouldn't do so much damage. But anyways, enough about that. Panther going forwards here. Panzershrecks for Tomcat. Half-Track's still alive, but his infantry is just practically gone. Not looking great for him. And yeah, I'm guessing again, Mr. Teahouse here is saving up there for the King Tiger. Though again, the way he's engaging him, it's going to make it tough for him to like actually set up the manpower for it. Panther taking nice hits from the Firefly. Half-Track there being fixed up. Panther disengaging as the British are in full pursuit under Sweetchino's command. Panther there almost being knocked out here by the Firefly. Pioneers thrown themselves at the British in the hopes of drawing away the attention. There we go. Panther back. Panzershrecks out. But Tomcat desperately needs more infantry. And Teahouse desperately needs some slightly altered tactics and some tanks. Panzershrecks teaming in to try and assist, but instead getting ripped apart there by the Centaur. I mean, in some degrees, this is a pretty good highlight of the amount of damage, like, you know, all these Panzershrecks can do. But again, it's just like, you know, I feel like he could be doing it a lot better and more cleanly. Plus, again, like, just the power of all these Obersoldaten, like, you actually don't see that many Obersoldaten that often, though, again, they can really do a number on enemy infantry. Tilly called in to try and mess up the German advance with the Obersoldaten. There we go, Crooked here. Yeah, the manpower bleeding is intense from his tactics here. Punch for barrage off here. Hoping to get the sniper and almost got the bastard. But the sniper lives to see another day. And we got Sweetchino here with the crocodile up. Panzershrecks flying, but not quite hitting. Ever close to that King Tiger yet at the same time. So fine, Tomcat is just floating an immense amount of manpower when he, you know, very desperately needs more infantry. Panther going to do still think be a great addition. Maybe some mortars and machine guns. He's going to go for more grenadiers. Another Panzerwerfer. Not a huge fan of that at this moment. Like, I feel like that is slightly underestimating the power of the British armor and the need for like some armor to clash against them. I'm guessing to some degree he's kind of leaving all the more heavier frontline fighting now to his teammates. Blob of infantry, in which case you should have the Panther supporting it more actively. Also, they're being around here by the Centaur. Ace Little Bowie, 19 kills. Getting a lot of aircraft shot down as well. Jets destroyed here by the British Empire. And there you go. Massive volley of Panzershrecks there. And the Comet is down just a shred of health here. Crocodile rushing in there. It is an absolute inferno here. Chaos. Madness. Yeah, the Comet's going to just straight to the base. We also got mortar fire there from the mortar emplacement, firing the heavy high explosive barrages there. Utter pandemonium here. And there we go. Wipe a Panzershreck team here. Leaving now just 2 Panzershrecks. Well, 3 with the Sturm Pioneer as well. But it's going to be difficult to like fight here because the artillery, the Crocodile, now the Comet is just deploying so much anti-infantry that Teahouse realistically can't really fight. Now we got artillery called in as well here. Utter carnage then unleashed upon the German army. And we got air support as well here. I think it's going to have to retreat back to zone base. Because this one is about to get leveled. Panther versus the Firefly. Not a great matchup there for the Panther, to be honest. Not a great one unless it gets very lucky. Which, I mean, admittedly could happen. But, you know, not what you should be relying on. Is my rule of thumb. And there you go. Got the Firefly, though. That actually worked out. The Tomcat somehow. Battle headquarters there. Still standing, but we'll have to see for much longer. And we got Teahouse's men there just being ripped apart by the RAF. Panther versus the 6-pounder gun there in dire need of repairs and also in dire need of infantry. The half-track, by the way, is still alive. That's kind of impressive. That is kind of impressive, though. I feel like could have been used a bit more with the Regal mines. Like, imagine, say, the Crocodile, the Centaur, and that Comet at some point hit a Regal mine. That could have been a pretty beneficial for the Germans. There goes on caught in again a blob, completely ripped apart there. Leaving him with many dead Obersoldaten and more to follow. Still around the section in the center. Got the Panzershrecks flying off-ish. Battle Group headquarters almost fixed up. White phosphorus deployed again. Like, really strong usage of that white phosphorus shell there by Arkroyal. Got the Panzer forward here. Back up the Pack 40. Tomcat strikes for Deutschland. For the Reich. Sappers there wiped out. Small win here, but again, the Oberstdorf in such a horrific condition. Yeah, the lack of armor is really proving to be punishing here for Teahouse because, again, it leaves them to do most of the fighting. That means the manpower remains pretty intense. It makes it difficult to actually go for more forces as the match goes on, and for that matter, armor to, again, you know, help keep the infantry alive. So it's kind of a negative spiral to sort of manage to put himself into with this. Panzerwerfer there for Tomcat. Another Panzerwerfer that is. Another land matches barrage here. Teahouse again just kind of stuck in this spiral. It seems like he might now be setting up for that King Tiger. Yeah, the mechanized regiment has just been a complete waste of resources for all intents and purposes for now. 50 points left here for the Germans. Not looking great there. Destroyed Belgium headquarters there. Great kill there for the Comet. Further nail there in the German coffin. 600 being hauled out here by Sweetchino. Sniper nearly alive here with 25 kills as his name. 23 actually, never mind me. And the southeast there, Commando's basic ground points there. More telephone against the Germans. White phosphorus again here from the British. And there you go, punch get wiped out. Teahouse has next to nothing left. Now he practically has nothing left. He can go for the King Tiger now, but now he's got like next to nothing for it to work with. And also next to no victory points, so it's really not going to matter. It's just not going to matter. And there we go, GG, game over. Pretty fierce fight with some, I would say, fairly unorthodox German build orders to some degree. Again, heavy Panzershrecks with Panzershrecks and Oberstdorf is definitely rare, plus a half-track from the Wehrmacht that's not upgraded for that matter is also quite rare. Tactically, I think, is kind of where the Germans sort of, I think, really just kind of like made some mistakes again. Teahouse, they're relying too much just on blobbing up, didn't maneuver around there, didn't spread his forces enough, didn't go for armor fast enough either. Definitely, I think, some issues that just kind of spiraled him into a losing situation. And Tomcat just not getting enough infantry, and I think at times also being too passive. The British, I think, handled well, though. Pushed back well there against the Germans at times, exploited any mistakes, of course. They did also struggle at times for some of the pushes, for example, that Teahouse didn't make. But again, ultimately, though, Teahouse just kept sabotaging himself by not employing better and smarter tactics. So while again, in some ways, a highlight of the power of the Panzershreck and the Oberstdorf at the same time, it was also a highlight of how they can be a double-edged sword if you misemploy them. And that was, I think, a very strong case of misemployment. So even if, again, like, he did some intense damage at times, he just couldn't exploit it because of the losses then suffered afterwards. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match and learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't your enemies. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers, and thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.